Alzheimer's disease continues to impact millions of families. Researchers here in Northeast Ohio are now looking for more volunteers to help advance the search for better treatments. Monica Robbins is in Studio B now with an update on the study and who can take part. Very important, no question, Monica.
Absolutely, Dave. Yeah, and just in case you're not sure about this, there are over 100 different types of dementia. Alzheimer's is just one of them. However, most of us probably know somebody affected by dementia, but you may not be aware that older Black Americans are twice as likely at risk. And that's why the Benjamin Rose Institute on Aging is taking part in a national study, and they need volunteers. So joining me is research assistant Donna Salaam to explain what is the Share for Dementia study. Explain this.
So the Share for Dementia study is a study that has been designed to help those with dementia or Alzheimer's, develop a plan of care. So what we've learned is those who are living with dementia and their care partners, both of them have certain ways of thinking about care. And so this program gives those families the opportunity to lay out, discuss, and come up with the best plan of care for the persons that's suffering with dementia.
Why is this targeting African Americans, and why is that so important?
Well, African Americans, again, are twice as likely to be diagnosed with dementia, and they get the least amount of care. This program is designed to capture those who are in the early to moderate stage, right? Because if we work on getting detection early, then there's other opportunities. So early detection can make a change. Although there's no cure for dementia, there are ways to slow it down.
So talk about the advances. Will these patients have access to some of that?
So what we're going to do, again, is we're going to help those families design a plan of care. And that plan of care will be for those who are not maybe diagnosed in our program. We're going to encourage them to move forward to work with medical providers. And again, the early detection allows them opportunities to participate in clinical trials that involve medicine. So the early detection will change and help those live a better life.
What are some of the obstacles why African Americans are not getting diagnosed sooner?
One of the things, I think there's a big stigma out there. So being diagnosed with dementia or even talking about memory loss, there's dementia, there's stigmas. I'm afraid to say I am different, that I am losing some of my memory. I mean, it's just an embarrassment for some people.
So talk about who are you looking for this particular study?
So for this particular study, we are looking for those African Americans that are 50 and over, that are experiencing some changes in their memory or have some cognitive changes, or to have a diagnosis. So just remember, you do not have to have a diagnosis to participate in our program. However, you have to be in the early to mild stage of memory change or dementia to participate.
So this is just people who are starting to feel like something's not quite right?
That's right. Oftentimes, those around you recognize things before you even say anything yourself, right? And sometimes people know. But again, the stigma says, I'm not going to share this too quickly because I may be looked at a little differently.
You have been recruiting families for this study for at least a year now. How's it going, and what are you finding with the folks who are signing up?
So we're just about halfway there. Our goal is to recruit 120 families to participate in our free program. That's right, this is a free program. So take a chance to learn something and get something that's free that can change your life. And so what we're doing is we're trying to recruit families that have those early signs, right? So that they can get opportunity for some of the advancements that's out there. And this participating in our study helps us learn even more about things that care partners, along with those with dementia, are going through, so that we can share this information with scientists.
Have you had any reaction from those who already signed up and what they're getting out of it?
So far, so good. We have had a number of families right here in the city of Cleveland. Now, again, our recruitment is nationwide. So this program, you can participate anywhere because we're offering it virtually. That's right. All you have to do is have access to Wi-Fi and a computer, and you can participate in our program. But the overall comments regarding those who are participating. They're very happy. They're happy that they're talking about things that they should be talking about. With our program, there's 3 E's that we really emphasize. We are going to engage families, where we give them opportunity to talk to each other. Maybe families weren't doing this before, and we find that that's one of the reasons why African Americans aren't coming forth. They're not talking about it. We're going to give you a chance to get educated, learn more about dementia, and hopefully when you're done with our program, our goal is to have you empowered to work for yourself, to work for your family, so that you can live a life with dignity and respect, even with dementia.
Okay, we're just about out of time. Go over the criteria of who you're looking for one more time.
So again, we're looking for those 50 and over, African American, experiencing changes in your memory, and you have to have access to Wi-Fi and a computer, and you also need to have a care plan. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You may think, oh, I'm not sure if I fit this criteria. Oftentimes you do. This is confidential, so when you call, we will give you an opportunity to go through this privately, and we have ways of helping every family out that are interested if you're in the early to mild stage.
All right, Share for Dementia program. Reach out to Benjamin Rose Institute on Aging. Dave, this is something that a lot of people seriously need to consider because how often do we get free care, really?
That is true. That is an excellent point. Very important, as we talked about. All right, Monica, thank you.